So yeah, here we go. Right, so I'm here at MCM Comic-Con and I'm with Maile Flanagan, who voices Naruto. Maile, how are you finding MCM?
It is fantastic. I love Dublin, and this con is amazing. And it's the first year, which is pretty cool. So it's only going to get bigger.
Yeah, to be fair, and it's massive. It's absolutely huge already.
Yeah, it's big now, but I'm sure next year it'll be twice as many people.
And how are you finding Dublin? Like, is this your first time here?
I was here when I was a kid with my family. I mean, a little kid.
No.
So it's, you know, essentially the first time, and I'm loving it, and I've had a blast.
And, you know, you've been Naruto now. How long have you been Naruto? Because I've been trying to figure it out. How long has Naruto been going now?
I've done Naruto for over 480 episodes, 37 video games, 6 movies, and about 8 years.
8 years? Wow.
It's insane.
When you put all those numbers and you say 8 years, it seems longer because it's a long anime.
And it's a long series for anything. It's long for a cartoon. It's long for anime. It's extremely long for a TV show.
Yeah. And how do you find voicing the lead character? You know, Naruto. How do you find voicing him?
I love being Naruto. It's sort of like riding a bike at this point. You know, I don't have to like think about it. I just kind of become him. And it's so much fun because he has so many different levels. Like, you know, he's crazy and psychotic, but then it's really intense, and you fight, and it's really emotional. And you know, there's crying, there's fighting, there's a lot of jokes. It's a phenomenal character.
And a lot of actors who dub over anime, they lose their voice a lot. Do you have that problem when, like, say, he's calling out the Rasengan or, you know, just screaming?
Yeah, I don't have a problem losing my voice until I do video games, and if I have to scream over and over again, Rasengan or multi-shadow clone jutsu,
Nice.
But like 25 times more, and louder, bigger, smaller, over and over again, then my voice gets fatigued. So I can only do about 3 hours, and then I'll take, then I'll have a day of rest maybe, and then the next day come back 2-3 more hours. But doing the series, it's not really that much of a problem.
And have you found, like, do you see Yuri and, you know, Nolan and that? Because you've got
Yuri?
do you see
No,
do you see Yuri often like that? Do you see Yuri often? Because I know Bryce
try
saying
not
you
to
don't
see
you don't
Yuri.
see them because you're in boxes. You're in basically boxes.
We don't see
dubbing
each
it
other.
live.
We don't see each other that much, but I do see Yuri in passing.
Yeah.
And he's there doing other series at the same studio, so I kind of run into Yuri more frequently than some other people. Like Kate Higgins, I don't see that much. I've seen her a bit recently on some Nickelodeon stuff. So, but I haven't seen her in the studio doing Sakura for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
And I mean, like, and you know, the manga is coming to an end soon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still.
That's what they always say.
They always
it never ends.
I mean, like, the war is kind of finishing up.
Yeah.
How do you find that? Do you read ahead, or do you just wait till the script arrives?
I just wait until the script arrives. My director, who is fabulous, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, she also voices some parts on the show. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, she's a great voice actress and singer. She does all the Ghost in the Shell theme songs, too.
Really?
Yeah, she's a terrific director, and she is up on the manga, and then she'll tell me and set the scene when we're in the booth recording. She'll say, okay, during this part, or if it's been a little while, she'll say, okay, when we last saw you, you know, you were fighting with Sai or something.
Yeah.
And then kind of you remember it, because it might go, I might record a lot for a couple weeks and then not record it all for a couple weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
And how do you find the fans? Like, this is your first time as Naruto here for the fans. How are Irish fans compared to, say, American fans or Japanese fans?
Well, the Irish fans are really polite, and they're really nice, and so many of them have a great sense of humor about it too, like I do. You know.
Yeah.
It's just lovely. I can't explain it. I mean, the fans. The weird thing is, I've been to New Zealand and England and you know, all sorts of places, and fans are fans. Like, it's funny because they just come in different accents. But
Steve Blum said the same thing.
Yeah, it's sort of like, you know, you have the fans that are like a little more lighthearted and the fans that are very intense, but they're all kind of the same. It's just sort of in a different accent.
And how did you get into acting? Like, obviously, I know a lot of people don't go for voice acting; they go into acting. What interested you?
Well, I started acting in college in an improv comedy group, and then I was a poli-sci a history math major kind of thing. Yeah, so I never thought I'd be an actor. What an idiot! And so I ended up doing comedy, and then after college, I still didn't know what I was going to do, but I ended up becoming an actor. When I moved to Los Angeles, my agents were like, "You have an interesting voice. You should consider doing voiceovers." So they sent me to classes, and I did. And then I did a demo, and the first couple jobs I had were on Men in Black, the series, and Jackie Chan, the series.
Who were you in Jackie Chan, the series?
I just did like guest shots, like a couple little kids and an old lady and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then Naruto, obviously, then you got Naruto, and it's kind of
Well, then
history.
I got an Irish show called Jakers.
Oh, yeah,
The Adventures of Piggy Winks.
Yeah.
Yep.
And how was that? Did you film here?
No, we did it in LA, but they auditioned. The funny thing is, they came to Ireland to audition tons of Irish boys, and then I got the part, which is cool.
Yeah.
And but it was a co-production with the BBC and Irish Television and PBS in the US, and Mike Young Productions, and it was an all-Irish team. And then we all had Irish accents. And we had a guy from the Abbey Theatre that was one of the guys, and it was phenomenal. Mel Brooks is in it.
Oh yeah, Mel Brooks is in it. Did you ever get to meet him? Or
I did meet him, a couple times. Yeah, he didn't record with us all the time because he lives in two places, but he did a little bit, and it was. I mean, he's a legend. It was amazing.
And when fans get to meet you, are they surprised when they find out that you're a woman?
An old woman, getting older by the minute. Yeah, they're surprised.
Yeah.
Although. Sometimes when you come to a con, they've already seen the program, or they know a little more about you than the average person.
Yeah.
If they're coming here.
Are children a bit?
Yeah, they're a bit
You're not
skeptical. Well, I always tell the story about trick-or-treaters coming to my door.
Oh yeah.
My friend answered the door. She's like, "That's Naruto," like Naruto, and because there were a couple kids dressed like Naruto characters, and they were like, "No way, man!" And then they made me come out and do the voice, and then they showed up with 40 more people. I was like, thanks, man.
And how have you just been finding, like, have there been many cosplayers? And do you like the cosplayers? Do you find a kind of a bit of joy when you see a cosplayer dressing up as Naruto in some stage of his life?
Yeah, I love seeing them dressed as Naruto. And there aren't as many here as at other conventions, but there are enough. But I'll tell you, this is funny. Once I was going into a basketball game in Los Angeles, and Anime LA was going on right next door. But I wasn't going to Anime LA. I was walking into the game. Yeah. And just as I was walking in, I saw 100 people dressed as Naruto outside taking a picture.
Really?
And I was going to go up and be like, hey, I play. And then I was like, forget
no,
it.
because then you could be mobbed.
I went in and saw the game.
Yeah, you'd be mobbed.
Yeah.
So how have you been finding, how have you been finding the emotion of Naruto? Like, do you get invested with it?
I do get invested with the emotion of Naruto. There's some arcs in there where people die. And, no spoilers, but, there are people that die. And
everyone's caught up.
Yeah, everyone's caught up.
Everyone's caught up.
But you sort of, if you're in the moment, sometimes you do really feel it. And if you as an actor, you use whatever you have, which is a loss in your own life or something, there are days that I've come out really feeling like, wow, that wiped me out.
Yeah, like, I mean, I found when when he first has stage mode and he fights Pain, that whole kind of arc, that little fight, I thought was quite...
That one, the Jiraiya stuff, the Lady Chio stuff, and then some
of
the
stuff to come.
The stuff to come, which I'm getting to now, recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And listen, Maile, it's been lovely interviewing you.
Yeah, what a pleasure.
Would you mind just doing a standby for us?
Sure.
Say hi from Geek Ireland.
Geek Ireland?
Geek Ireland, please, as Naruto.
Okay. Hey, this is Maile Flanagan. Hi from Geek Ireland from Naruto Uzumaki. Believe it.